I really want to drive the STI today, but if we're being honest, it's just too hot. And I don't even start with me. You live down south, you know heat, it's 110, don't start. I used to live in Louisiana, okay? I left there, I know that heat. I know that humidity, it sucks. That's why I came back to Washington. It's not supposed to be stupid hot, but we're embracing it, we're living life. So realistically, I wanna take the STI. We're going over to the shop today to do a lot of work on the Evo, get the turbo in, the full exhaust in, all that stuff. But because the STI is not fully tuned, when IATs get stupid high in excessive heat like this from driving in traffic, it puts the car in a wonky state where it doesn't know what the hell's going on because it entered an untuned portion of the map and the throttle freaks out. A, I don't want to be stranded on the side of the road in a car that doesn't have AC when it's damn near 100 degrees outside. B, I don't want to risk destroying or damaging this engine. So I'm gonna put some more braking miles on this thing tonight once it cools down a little bit. So we're taking the BRZ over to the shop. Plus it has AC, which is a big plus for me. So let's go get this turbo and like all sorts of good stuff installed on the Evo today. So I want to get it done with. Well, I want to get it closer to being done. I want to drive that thing. We'll drive you later. It's a little too hot for you right now. You'll throw a fit. I don't want to deal with your problem. So we'll take our fun little BRZ here. Hey, look, it's Tanner Motorsports. That's not my shop. I think that's a subscriber shop though. Damn, that's the exact reason why I didn't take the STI today. It's just 99 degrees outside. That car would have been throwing a fit at 99 degrees. That would put IATs at minimum 20 to 30 degrees above that, which would put IATs around like 130, 135, somewhere in that range, which is outside of the comfort zone for that car's tune right now. So I'm really glad we took the BRZ. That thing would be fucking losing its mind if I was driving it. Oh my God. So as you guys may remember from last time we were here, which was the last video, we got the hood for the Evo. It looks fantastic. It's a Soyb vented hood with like a scoop thing and whatnot, all the fun stuff in here. So now we have a hood for the car, which is something that we did need. So I'm gonna start today off by assembling our turbo. I've already kind of got the turbo bolted up to the manifold, but I gotta take it off to get the gasket in there. So we're using an FP red, FP manifold, FP02 housing. I've got brand new water lines, oil feed line kit. I need to get the oil drain for this, but I'll order that later. We can still at least get the turbo and everything in the car. That's the goal today, is to get the turbo, the full exhaust, everything like that on. It's pretty hot, so I don't know how long I'm going to be here today. It's like 100 degrees outside right now, and it's toasty, especially in like this giant metal box. Super warm. So let's start today off. Let's assemble our Turbski. So we got a lot of stuff in here right now. So we have the exhaust manifold bolted in, we've got our turbo bolted on, the O2 housing is loosely mounted to the turbo, same with the wastegate, so that way I can still rotate these as need be to get them where we need them, because right now I don't exactly know where this O2 housing needs to sit, and to be honest, I think I have that V-band on the wrong side, because I don't think I can actually tighten that thing down where it's sitting right now. So that sucks. I think I'm gonna have to take that off and flip that around so that way I can actually access that bolt and have it come up like right here. I didn't even think about that when I put that on. So everything fits up beautifully. This oil feed line kit worked just fine. I still have to figure out the routing for down here to the filter down there, which is gonna go somewhere apparently under the front core support. Per FP, they give a lot of really detailed instructions on that and tell you what not to do, because apparently a lot of people have messed this thing up. So everything went pretty smooth for us. Oil feed line comes off of the housing right there, wraps around to this line, to this oil filter, and apparently that goes somewhere underneath this front core support. I'm not entirely sure quite yet. But now that we have this whole assembly on right here, I want to go ahead and get the downpipe put on that O2 housing and have it start going back underneath the car, so that way we actually have an exhaust going on. I'm gonna have to take the intercooler back off, drill and tap the hole up here for that one because that one is stripped out from the last owner. So let's just keep going on this. Let's start focusing on that area down there, so that way we can get our downpipe on. For downpipes, we're just using an MA Performance catback, so or J-pipe or downpipe. Alrighty, let's get back at it. It's hot, so I'm trying to knock this stuff out quick. Can someone in the comments please confirm for me if this is right for this O2 housing? I honestly, I don't know. It's kind of dumb. It could be right, it could be wrong. I have absolutely no idea for that O2 housing to downpipe, but the downpipe is in. We've got our catalytic converter in down there, which I don't think I put that one in the right way, because why would the O2 sensor face straight down? That just seems like a dumb design. I'm gonna double check on that one real quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the catback tossed in here now. I need to order exhaust hangers. I didn't know I didn't have any of those, but actually I'm gonna hold off on tossing the catback in real quick. Let me pull this guy off real quick and let's re-drill out the hole behind this thing to get the broken bowl out. We'll toss a helicoil in it, and then we can get our front mount permanently bolted up here and start running some of our charge piping to our turbo, because that actually is done. All right, got that hole fixed for the intercooler. I just ended up using a nut and bolt. There wasn't enough thread left, and I don't have a tap handle for the taps. I also got the power steering line back in for over here. I don't quite know where these go. I know that's the power steering reservoir, but I don't know how those lines are supposed to go to that. I know, does this line go here? And then does this, oh, this line wraps up and behind this and goes to that. And then, but there's a port right there. How does this connect up? Does this guy go up here to that port? It's gotta be something like that. I don't know, I'll figure it out later, but I'm pretty sure this guy goes to this line here. So this this thing's gotta like really do something. That goes somewhere. I'll figure it out later. So I think with this, I can go ahead and get the lower charge pipe put in from the intercooler over to the turbo. I also think I'm missing a fan for this. I have one fan on the radiator for this side of the car, and it sits behind the radiator, but in all the photos I see there's another radiator that sits in the front that goes that way. So I think there's a push radiator that I'm missing here, a fan that I'm missing for right here that I'm gonna have to buy. Also, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's all this stupid little shit with this car that's just like, I need to buy this, I need to buy that, exhaust hangers, a fan, all the dumb things, a hood. Annoying, but let me make sure this other charge pipe fits, because that dump tube right there, I don't quite know the orientation of it, and I don't want it to get in the way of our charge pipe, so let me test fit that real quick to make sure we're good in that vicinity at least. Now, I've got a lot of questions because I feel like a lot of this stuff isn't fit very well. Like, the water line comes dangerously close to the intake right there. I don't feel like that's right. I'm not entirely sure on that. I mean, I can bend it. I don't think that's right. And I'm pretty sure this line goes right here, and then that line's supposed to go down there. Once again, I don't quite know. This overflow for the coolant is like right in the way of these power steering lines also. I don't know, man. Some of this stuff just doesn't seem to fit right. Maybe it's just like the Evo thing. I'm not sure. I still am not 100% sure what I'm doing with this. I'm still pretty sure it goes behind this guy somewhere back there. I don't know where. But I'm gonna hop under the car now and get the cat back on the car. My main thing right now is I'm trying to get stuff out of the way in the shop. It's already a very small space, and getting a lot of this stuff like out of the way onto the car so that way it's done with. A, it's checked off the list to get the car that much closer to running. B, it's out of my way so that way I have more room to maneuver. And C, it's nice opening up more space in here. So let's throw on the cat back. If you don't know what we're using, let me show you. So this is an ETS Extreme Stainless steel catback. This is what we're using for the Evo. It's not a bad looking catback. It's for the JDM bumper, which I have right here because I needed one that would work with the JDM bumper. So let's get the exhaust on here. I don't think it's going to fit too well with this USDM bumper. I have the JDM one right here. I'm not going to focus on getting that on the car today. I would like to get this up on like some rack space or something just to get it up off the floor. So I also need to get the hardware for that wing to be able to get the wing on here. Dude, this car needs so much love. Let's get the catback on though. Alright, well I guess I'm not getting the cat back on because guess what? There's a specific bracket and or bushing that I don't have to be able to bolt it up. So that is once again another annoying thing that I need. So I'm going to move to getting the alternator on the car. Now that I have all the brackets to mount the alternator, that looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. So let's do that next. Dude, Evo alternators are by far the worst thing to put in. That sucked ass. If anybody, for all my Evo friends out there, for how much you guys work on these cars, how often do you have to deal with the alternator? Because that sucked doing it in the car. People say Subarus are hard to work on, man. Subarus are one of the easiest cars to work on. Anything like this shit sucks. But alternator's in. Which is good because I did not want that thing sitting around anymore. Dude, the amount of parts on the rack are slowly starting to come off. Next up, we're going to throw in the shaft for the transfer case to the axle for the front left. I bought brand new left and right ones, but I think I only need to, there's already one in the right, so I don't think I'm gonna swap that one out. I'll just keep it as a backup. So let's throw, or I already have one in, yeah, on the right side. So let's throw the front left one in so that way I can get axles ordered and we can get axles in this thing, at least front axles, because the two that I have are both broken. They're both trash at this point. Like, I might be able to reboot one of them. The other one is straight up, no. The other one's so destroyed. Before I jump to that though, let me show you guys this alternator, man, because that thing right there was such a pain, dude. Do you legit have like a millimeter of clearance between the alternator and the frame in an Evo? Dude, that thing is such a tight fit. Like, dear Lord, that's a tight fit. I need to run this guy up through here also still, but dear God, man. Getting that thing in there sucked butthole. I still have this other bracket to put in, but I can't put this until I get the intake manifold on. I don't want to put the intake manifold on permanently yet because there are some ports in the back of the block that I don't know if I need them, if I need to block them off. I just don't know what I'm doing with them quite yet. So let's go ahead and get our front new half shaft guy in right here. It's that guy right there, but that's the old one. That's a old one. I didn't know I had it, so I bought two new ones. So let's get this guy in. Okay, now I would presume that this guy would just like slide right in there, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Maybe I am crazy. How do you go in? Am I even putting the right side in? There is a right way and a wrong way to put this in. I don't know which way it goes in. Well, I can look at the other side. I'm pretty sure the other side's similar. So the diagram I just looked at shows that this side goes out of the transmission, this side goes into the transmission. So I'm gonna put some moly grease on there and let's get this thing in there. All right, it's good. Intercooler piping just attacked me. All right, so it's greased up. So in theory, I feel like this should just go right in. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, that's so easy to get in. Like, does it go in? Like, oh, okay, yeah, I had to tap it in. There we go. Now it's in. Dope. Now I can put a front axle in on this side too. So just to kind of show you guys, it's like right up in there. You can kind of see it in the shadows. You legit just tap it in with a hammer or a mallet. Don't use a hammer, use a mallet. And it just slides right in. And now we're ready to put axles in this once I can get some ordered. Dope. There was a spider. Not cool. Because yeah, I have these axles here. I could probably reboot this one. This one, on the other hand, the balls came out of this and are now way down here. So this one's probably trash, so I don't think I'm going to use this one. So I'll reboot that one, I think, and then get a new one ordered for that one, just save a little bit of money. But we've been making some killer progress today on this. Let me take a breather real quick and figure out what we can do next. While I remember, I need to go through and actually tighten down all of the valve cover bolts because I actually brought my Allen key to be able to do this properly. So let me get all these tightened down, run our wire up and under our cover right here, and then I think that kind of takes care of this top portion here, which is dope, dude. It looks so good in there with turbo. Hello, turbo. I got some of that stuff tightened down, and then I also slapped on the bumper and the headlights so that way I could see what this hood looks like with it all together. And dude, that thing looks spicy. That is a spicy looking Evo right there, man. This thing's getting close to being ready to rip. I just got to figure out the catback bracket situation. Like I said, dude, it's all the small shit that's just gonna tie us up. Let me pop this hood real quick and show you what we got going on. Dude, it's actually starting to look like a full engine bay in here now. It's weird. So I got the valve cover bolts all tightened down, have the coil packs tightened down in there also, valve cover or spark plug cover guys back on. I need to order an upper timing cover for this thing because I don't have one yet. The alternator's back in, turbo's on, downpipes on, wastegate's on, exhaust manifold's on, the catalytic converter's on, the manifold is, or the intake manifold's temporarily put on up until we get the sensors and whatnot figured out down on the backside of the motor. Now, for all of my Evo buddies out there, if you guys have any spare Evo sitting around, you got any parts for sale, let me know if you have a 5-speed shifter cable bracket. It's a discontinued part that I can't get that I need for these shifter cables before I can even assemble anything in this area, because I'm gonna have to get down here to be able to put the shifter cable bracket on there. I've got like all the clips and the cotter pins and things like that. It's just I can't get this bracket. Like the stupid stuff for this car is just getting discontinued. So that's, I mean, it's exciting and whatnot. I still need to figure out what's going on with these coolant lines down here. I don't quite know what coolant line goes where. Does this coolant line go there? Does that coolant line go there? Does it even, I don't even think it matters if we're being honest. They're just coolant lines for the turbo. So, oh, and the oil feed line's done. It's just going down. I have to figure out where they want me to mount that thing under the car, because they said mount it underneath the radiator core support, but I don't quite know how they want me to mount it. So I might have to drill some holes, put some riv nuts in there to be able to bolt that thing up. But dude, this thing's looking fucking good. Let me see what else I have laying around. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a head gasket job for someone in the next couple of days, over the next couple of days. So I want to get this thing as far as I can while I'm here, just to be able to maximize the amount of time I'm spending at the shop. So let me look around real quick. All right, I'm gonna start figuring out wire harness routing for this to see what part of this harness goes where, because right now I have no idea where any of it goes. So start playing with that. Let's try to figure that out. Dude, this thing looks like it's freaking ready to rip right now. It's got the intake in, the downpipe in, no catback on because I'm still missing that stuff, but damn, dude, this thing looks like a complete Evo again. You guys remember when I picked this thing up? Let me do a flashback real quick. Finally snagging an Evo. You guys know I've been trying to grab one of these for years at this point. And we finally found one. Now, like I said, this is definitely a project. This thing hasn't ran since, I don't know, I think it was 2017 was the last time this car was registered, titled, and ran. So there's a couple things with this. Yeah, so as you guys can see, there's nothing up here right now. There's no engine, no trans in it, headlights, bumper, radiator, everything's completely stripped from this car. Getting close to, honestly, dude, the Evo's gone by a lot faster than the Subaru has. Then again, this is all just bolt together parts. The biggest constraint with the Evo is just money. It just takes me time to buy all these parts and whatnot, but dude, I'm so happy with this thing. It's getting there. It is a dead Evo that we're bringing back to life. A lot of people actually ask me what I plan on doing, if I'm gonna sell this car when I'm done with it. And that's a fair question, because a lot of the times whenever I build a car, I sell them shortly after, mainly because I like building things. I like driving a lot, but I also like building things a lot. I like figuring out the engineering and stuff behind things. So I'm gonna keep the Evo for probably a year and then sell it after that. Evo prices are going through the roof, and for the amount of money that I paid for this Evo and the condition that it's going to be in by the time I'm done with it, I'll honestly be able to make a pretty penny off of this car. So every car has its price, if we're being honest. Like I love Evos. I almost bought one a couple of years ago. I'm definitely gonna drive this thing around and enjoy it for a while. This thing's gonna be my daily driver for the rest of the summer into fall, winter time. And the BRZ, I'll probably just drive the BRZ every now and then, but the Evo is going to become the new daily driver once it's tuned and running. Like I said, the goal for this car is like 500, 550, somewhere in that range. That FP Red will get us there, no problem, which that thing looks beautiful in that engine bay, by the way. If you guys, you guys can't really see it, but it looks so good. So I'm pretty wiped. I have to pull an engine tomorrow, do some head gaskets, so you guys are getting a video on that as well. So let me finish cleaning up and let's jet back over to the house, and let me edit this video and get it out for you guys. So we'll end this video at the house like we always do. I don't like ending them here at the shop. It's just weird. All right, guys, so we're a couple days in the future. Don't worry about this Hawkeye behind me here. You guys are getting a video on this coming up. But for the Evo, so I got the tires ordered, the axle rebuild kits for the boots, and a whole bunch of other smaller stuff. Nothing that'll get it running yet, because I still have to buy some interior trim panels, some gauges, some more sensors. It's just, the Evo is just so goddamn expensive to get that thing running again. It's almost there. We have to build some fuel line, buy some sensors, and bolt everything together and turn it on, and it'll work. Well, and get the tuning software and the Tatrix cable and tune the car. But for the most part, I think the bulk majority of stuff has been bought, ordered, or installed at this point from where we got the Evo. It's just, dude, it's such a money pit, but I want it to run and I want it to work, and cars make us happy, so I'm gonna continue doing this for some weird reason. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you guys are excited to see the Evo come back to life, go ahead and hit that like button. Turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, you want to see the Evo, you want to see blue, you want to see BRZ stuff, GTI stuff, let me know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, peace out, homies.